Okay, hello everyone. So today's topic is magnetic flux, and with this, we'll start our new topic, that is magnetism. So we'll cover magnetic flux, Earth's magnetism, properties of magnetic field lines in this chapter. Okay, so please write down the important numerical that I'll discuss in this lecture. Okay. So first, what is the meaning of magnetic flux? So magnetic flux is equal to number of magnetic field lines passing through a surface is called as magnetic flux. So in this figure, if you'll see, the total number of magnetic field lines which are passing through the surface is 3 plus 3 plus 3, that is 9. So magnetic flux through this surface will be 9. But in this figure, if you'll see, there are no magnetic field lines that are crossing the surface. All the magnetic field lines are parallel to the surface. So in this case, the net magnetic flux is equal to 0. So there is a formula to calculate magnetic flux, and also it is a SI unit. So what will be that? So remember, magnetic flux is basically a number. So what it says will say the total number of magnetic field lines passing from an area. So basically it is a number. So it is a scalar quantity. Its value is given by n, that is number of turns in this coil, and dot product of magnetic field and area vector, that is B is magnetic field, A is area vector, and remember area vector will be perpendicular to the area. So this is basically area vector, and we can also write NB dot A to be equal to NBA cos theta, where theta is angle between magnetic field and area vector. So this will be the angle theta. Remember, the theta is not the angle between magnetic field and area. It is the angle between magnetic field and area vector. And area vector is perpendicular to the area. And its SI unit is Weber. Remember, its SI unit is Weber, and we denote it by WB. So please remember the formula. Please remember we have to also multiply it with number of turns, that is n. So formula is NBA cos theta. So if theta is given, A is given, B is given, n is given, you have to use this formula. And suppose both the quantities are given in vector form, then you have to use this formula. So you have to practice questions to learn which formula to use and which not in the questions. Okay, so we'll discuss some examples now. So there are two figures, red one, another red one. The question is which has the largest magnetic flux. So if I write the formula of magnetic flux, so magnetic flux is given by N B A cos theta. If we'll see, both the coils have same number of turns, and that theta is also same in both the coils, and value of magnetic field is same for both the coil because the magnetic field is same at all the points. So magnetic flux will only depend on area. So if we'll see, in this area total flux is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, but in this case 1 2 3 4 5 6. So flux in A will be greater than flux in B. So this is a conceptual question on magnetic flux. Also in this question, suppose it is given that area of this coil is A and number of turns is B. What will be the magnetic flux through this coil? So magnetic flux will be given by N B A cos theta. So N is already given, B is already given, A is already given. Now magnetic field is in that direction and area vector will be perpendicular to the area. So area vector will also be in same direction. So angle between both of them will be 0 degree. So answer will be cos 0 and cos 0 is 1. So net flux will be NBA. So this is how you have to calculate magnetic flux. Also suppose in this question, suppose this is area vector. So this will be angle theta. So in this case, the net magnetic flux will be NBA cos theta. Remember, the theta is the angle between area vector and magnetic field, not the area and magnetic field. So please remember this formulas. Okay, and this is the way you have to calculate magnetic flux. So magnetic flux is basically equal to total number of magnetic field lines passing from an area, and it is a scalar quantity. Okay,